this video contains Vore and Gore, and yes. Please keep the comments down. Please do not hate on me. Please do not start no internet wars or anything. Sorry for keeping this really long from you guys. This was hidden from y'all. So please do not hate on me, and please do not say any rude things. But tell me your thoughts. Hold up. Sorry, I just coughed. I'm really sick, so yeah. So guys, I just want to tell you something, which is my Vore and my Gore addiction. Before y'all decide to hate on me or anything, I just want to quickly remind y'all is that I was really young, alright? I was really young. I'm signing because I'm embarrassed and I feel really ashamed. So, yeah, I'm sorry. So, guys, I developed a Gore and a Vore addiction. We'll be talking about the Gore one first, and then we'll talk about the Vore one. So, guys, for my Gore addiction, it's most likely from Happy Tree Friends, My Little Pony creepypasta, and probably more adult cartoons. Probably South Park as well. Yes, I watched South Park when I was a kid. When I was, like, little to the internet. So, yeah. When did this started it? When? It started it around, like, 12 years ago, and then 11 years ago. So, yeah. We'll get to it. I'll be doing this a bit because I do not want my tablet to fall asleep. So yeah. When I first developed my Gore addiction, it's by watching Happy Tree Friends. And for Happy Tree Friends, I was most likely watching the entire episode of Happy Tree Friends. I thought Happy Tree Friends was for kids. I thought Happy Tree Friends was family friendly, but no. Happy Tree Friends is an adult cartoon with a lot of gore. It doesn't have swearing, but it has a lot of gore in it, and that's how that's how some kids develop a gore addiction. And yeah. So for my gore addiction, I most likely watched it a lot of Happy Tree Friends, and I did not know what gore meant, and I did not know what Flippy was doing to everyone. Flippy is a soldier bear, and most likely he has PTSD. It's like a disorder, and I forgot some facts about it, but it's a disorder. You can search it up if you want. But anyways, for Flippy, when he was killing his friends, I thought he was, like, I don't know, playing or doing something to them. But I did not know he was killing them, so I didn't care, and I kept watching it, and I kept watching most likely Flipping killing all his friends. I keep watching it a lot, and I also watched it that Lumpy, the moose, the blue moose, and he was killing some people as well, and he also killed more people than what Flippy does. And I'm not gonna lie, Happy Tree Friends has so much gore, and I loved it. I just loved watching every episode of it because I thought gore was funny or cool. That's why I'm a psychopath. That's why I like gore. That's why I'm weird, and that's why I'm really creepy. So yeah, I kept watching Gore and Vore, and I also watched My Little Pony. I loved My Little Pony when I was a kid because it was very popular and they had interesting stories. Hold up. Sorry for doing that. That sounded funny. But anyways, back what I was saying. So, for My Little Pony, I was watching like one creepypasta, which was Cupcakes, and I loved watching Cupcakes. Yeah, the Gore My Little Pony creepypasta. I kept watching Cupcakes so much times. I don't know how many times I have watched it videos of cupcakes, so I kept watching it and watching it. And then I watched this one video which was Smile from Mr. Davy. And I watched it, and then when I was watching it, I did not know that Pinky was killing all of her friends. But poor Rainbow Dash. Pinkie Pie loved turning Rainbow Dash into cupcakes. Poor Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash deserves justice. And I did not know what it meant. I did not know what Gore meant. I did not know what they're doing. And I began developing a Gore addiction. And I also watched it, probably South Park. And I kept watching Kenny dying every time. I was watching Kenny dying every episode, and I'm like, what is he doing? And they began swearing, and I did not know what swearing meant, so I began swearing. And my parents were like, when did you learn that word? And I'm like, I don't know. But I keep watching it, and I did not know that Kenny was dying the whole entire time. So, yeah. That's why I like South Park so much. And that's why I like Gore a lot of Gore. That's it for the Gore area. It's time to talk about the fetish area, which is some people's least favorite or favorite or whatever. But anyways, so for me, developing a vore fetish addiction and a inflation fetish addiction and a stuffing and fetish addiction. If you don't know what stuffing is, it's like someone getting shoved by a lot of food, which is gaining weight. That's how the person becomes so chunky. Very chunky. You heard me, alright? But anyways, for my vore addiction, I most likely watched it My Little Pony Vore, Happy Tree Friends Vore, and Sonic Vore, and most likely Karopa Vore. It's a account. Their account got terminated back then, so they don't have a YouTube channel, but they have a DeviantArt channel, and account, DeviantArt account, not channel, or whatever. But their YouTube channel got terminated, and there's some people re-uploading their videos, because I also try to check up if they're alive or not. So, yeah, curiosity, alright? But anyways, when I was, watching Karopa, it's most likely the Sonic one and the Mario, and also other characters. So, yeah. And I also watched it, Five Nights at Freddy's Vore. There was no gore or anything from Five Nights at Freddy's, but it was most likely inflation and vore, and also gaining weight. That's what I watched it. So, at the Karopa community, I watched their videos a lot, which is the Sonic one, and which is most likely Amy consuming Sonic a lot, eating Sonic and everything. And I also watched it Mario, which was like that flower, the piranha flower or something, eating the Mario characters. And I also watched it Princess Peach, foreign people. And I also watched My Little Pony Vore, which was the animations. And it was really, really, really weird. It was like animations where like ponies eat each other, then they digest the ponies, they get more thicker and thicker. But most likely, the most of where I watch from is probably Friday Nights at Freddy's. I most likely watched it Mango Vore, Chica Vore, a lot of that. I also watched it, Pokemon Vore, as well. It was also in Europa as well. So yeah, but there was no South Park, luckily. And that's how I began developing a Vore addiction. And then there was some inflation. I remember I watched this one video which was like probably Twilight getting inflated or something. And I'm pretty sure the video got deleted or something. And also I watched it, the Europa inflation. And yeah. I also watched stuffing videos, which was like probably I think it was like the Friday Nights at Freddy's one and the Europa as well. I also watched it Pokemon inflation as well. So I began developing an inflation addiction and a stuffing addiction. Until this day, I still don't watch these videos, but most likely I watched it, which is the Gore ones. But luckily, I don't have a porn addiction, a pornography addiction. I do not have that, because that's good. But the only worst ones I have, which is the Gore one and the Vore one. The fetish ones, which is just the belly fetish. So, yeah. So, tell me, what's the worst addiction I could have? Which one? Isn't it my Gore addiction? Or isn't it my Vore addiction? Or my inflation addiction? Or my stuffing addiction? Which one is the worst one? Let me know. But good thing I don't have other disgusting fetish addictions, which is the grossest one. The grossest fetish I could think of is probably the Scott fetish. I know what that is, and I hate that fetish a lot. And that's the grossest fetish I've ever seen. Same with the urine fetish. And same with the fart fetish. I hate fart fetish a lot. Farts are funny, but someone who's loving farts? No. Just no. And also for the vomit one, that's the gross one I've seen. That's the grossest one I ever seen. Those fetishes are the grossest, alright? But the only Vore I like is just, most likely just the oral Vore, the soft Vore, and the safe Vore, and the not willing Vore, and the willing Vore. But I don't most likely like the other grossest Vore. If you watch my alt account, like the video I uploaded, it was a month ago. You should check it, and that's me talking about. I was talking with Chris, alright? I was talking about the grossest Vore stuff, and the belly fetish is alright, but the other fetishes, yeah, they're not alright, and most of them are testicles, and that's way more grosser than oral Vore, alright? That's all for now. Please do not hate on me. Please do not get mad at me. Please do not yell at me. And please do not do anything that would hurt my feelings. And yes, I'm sorry for telling y'all this. I really am. I'm a absolute weirdo. I'm a weird-ass person, alright? I'm really, 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 really sorry. And I think I want to stay away from it, but too bad. I'm glued to it. And there's no way I'll stop. I don't know, but anyways. Just tell me your thoughts. And I think this video is gonna get age restricted because I know it. Hopefully I won't get a strike. But bye y'all. I love y'all.